In one of my videos last week, I shared with you the good news regarding the plans of the new UK Prime Minister to expand the shortage occupation list by adding new professions into it and also make it easy for skilled immigrants to come into the UK in a bid to solve the problem of shortage of skilled workers in the UK. Now, today I'm going to bring you a development that came out after that and which I believe you need to know. So stick with me to the end of this video as I bring to you the statement and statistics from the Home Office and how the business communities reacted to it. You're welcome to my channel. My name is Samuel Dano, and this is Keeping It Real with Dano, where I bring to you travel abroad opportunity for work and for studies. I also share with you the challenges faced by immigrants abroad and the reality of life abroad. If these are things that interest you and you're coming to this channel for the very first time, please do me a favor, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so that when I upload new content, you will be notified. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for subscribing. I appreciate your love and your support and for coming back to watch this video. Now, let's go into the details. Statistics from the Home Office suggest that in just this year, the UK have experienced an influx of over 1 million immigrants into the country, with India and Nigeria topping the chart. The same statistic also shows that the population of Nigerians in the UK have increased by over 64%. They went ahead to also let us know that 34,000 Nigerians account for 31,898 dependents, which according to the Home Office Secretary are unskilled and not contributing to the growth of the economy. Now, I'm going to reserve my comment until I get to the reaction of the business community and other ministers on this issue. Now, in the same statement, they also said that the number of international students coming into the UK to study is currently uncapped and uncontrolled, which has seen the number of students coming to the UK increase dramatically. And they have promised to do something about that. Now, what is the implication of this? We're going to talk about this and more as in this video. Now, is the society reacting to this? My answer is yes. Because there have been news of some Nigerians refused admission, and even some who have paid deposit refused cash, which enables them to apply for their visas. There has also been news of universities warning their students not to travel to the UK because of shortage of accommodation. As you are aware, if you have been following the news in the UK is facing accommodation crisis, which have seen the cost of rent go very high. Information I gathered from a friend suggested that some landlords and agents are even right now insisting that people who are renting houses pay for up to 6 months in a stretch. And of course, some of them who don't have the choice, but of course have the money, go ahead to pay. Now, what are the implications of all this? Now, these statistics and the promise by the Home Office Secretary to look into this have brought out reactions among ministers, employers, and the business world. In one of them, the minister has been accused of sending mixed signals to business communities seeking to employ foreign staff after the Home Secretary said the UK has too many low-skilled migrant workers and high number of international students who often bring dependents. Now, let me react to the issue of dependent. First of all, as a Nigerian, for instance, if you're married and you have kids, you're traveling out of the country, you want to bring your family here. Even though India and Nigeria are set to top that chart of numbers of immigrants who have come into the UK this year, Nigeria is pointed out to be responsible for a very high number of dependents. Being a Nigerian and coming from Nigeria, I understand that many Nigerians are educated and have skills. So the idea that most immigrants coming into the UK are low skilled, personally, I don't agree with that. And the one I don't agree with at all is the fact that they do not contribute to the growth of the economy. Now, let's look at this. The shortage of staff in the social care sector is the reason why healthcare assistance jobs were added to shortage occupation list to allow for people to be recruited from outside the UK to come in. Most of these dependents who came in, no matter how unskilled they may seem to be, are able to pick up jobs like healthcare assistant job, factory job, and warehouse job, which many in the UK, especially citizens, most of the time don't want to do. This will work in these places. They pay tax, they make NI contribution every month, they buy things in the country. And if this is not contributing to the growth of the economy, I wonder what is. So the Bregman comment came days after the Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng said the government was launching a review of immigration policy as part of an attempt to boost growth after complaints from the business groups that post-Brexit rules were too restrictive, especially for low-paid jobs. While the Home Office is complaining about the number of dependents who are coming to the UK and the high numbers of international students coming into the UK, just last month alone, 2 million job vacancies were advertised, with social care sector trying to fill 105,000 posts. There's also a shortfall of 40,000 nurses in the UK and 100,000 HVG drivers. And the farming industry has called for an extra 30,000 seasonal visas for people to come into the UK and work. So those comments by the Home Office Secretary have caused a reaction among the business world, and even some of the ministers are not in support of it. We understand, and of course, the Home Office have also said that they are aware that many of the people who are coming in under the student route are not coming in purposely because they want to come and study, but because they are seeing that as a route to come into the UK. What I anticipate they were going to do when they say we're going to look into it, which I believe they will still look into, but the result will not be what they intended, because the business communities are reacting to this because they are the ones bearing the brunt of the shortage of skilled workers in the UK. They are the ones who are not able to fill vacancies that they need to fill in order to grow their own business and in order to meet the expectations of their customers and their clients. So they are reacting to it. What I think the Home Office was intending or was hoping to do, I'm not saying this is what they were doing, but this is what I think they were hoping to do, would have been to limit the number of dependents that you can bring under the student route, and also try to cap the maximum numbers of students that can come into the UK per year to study, and probably limit the numbers of students each school can bring into the country, or even look at kind of reviewing the requirement for international students. We are all aware that countries like the US and Canada make it difficult for international students to get visas, so such that even when you have your admission and you have all the requirements and you can prove your funds, getting a visa is still not guaranteed. Unlike the UK, once you have all those things, you're able to attend the interview and perform well, you are almost guaranteed your visa. So I was thinking the UK Home Office was going to toe the path of the US and Canada. But now that the business community have reacted to this and some of the ministers are not in support of this, I believe it's not going to be as they intended. Now, why I said this may not be the case is because while they are talking about this, they are also looking at introducing a new visa for highly educated individuals. So let me read this. Ministers are also discussing whether to allow in more highly educated workers from across the globe. This includes proposals for a new visa for workers who have graduated from one of the top 50 or top 100 global universities. So there is a constantly shortage of hands in the UK. And my opinion is that these dependents who are coming into the UK are able to fit in that need. They are able to take up jobs and reduce the impact of the shortage of skilled workers in the UK. Like I said earlier, I do not believe that most of these dependents who are coming into the country are not educated, especially Nigeria, where I come from. I believe those who are coming into the UK have at least a diploma, and you cannot tell me those people are not educated or skilled, because we in Nigerians, we are hustlers, we are survivors. So even in Nigeria, we have developed one or two skills to survive, or even start a little business or something. So with that kind of knowledge, I'm coming to this country, I don't see us fitting into that category of unskilled or low-skilled people. So now that the business community have reacted, I'm sure a lot of these plans will be shielded, or even if they'll introduce any measure to reduce it, it will not be that strict, because already they are already complaining that after the Brexit, that the rules are becoming stricter by the day, and it's affecting the business communities in the UK. And this statement by the Home Office Secretary, a lot of the business world are worried about it and they are complaining. Now, this is what the Home Office Secretary said. What we have got is too many low-skilled workers coming into the community, she said. We have also got a very high number of students coming into this country and have got a real high number of dependents. Those people are coming here. They are not necessarily working or are working in low-skilled jobs, and they are not contributing to the growth of the economy, which I don't believe is true. There's no skill, there's no job you do in a country that is not, it's not as long as it's a job. That means there was a need, and those people are feeling that need. And like I said earlier, once you are working in the UK and earning above £12,000 annually, you are paying tax. You are contributing to NI. When you go to the shop to buy things, you are paying tax indirectly, and you're paying VAT as well. And all these things contribute to the growth of the economy. All these things contribute to the internally generated revenue of that country. So it is, to me, I don't see why the Home Office Secretary will say they are not contributing to the growth of the economy. So my opinion on this is this. For you planning to come into the UK for studies, pending when a compromise or a decision is made or the resolution is made regarding this and brought out to us, I think we should have our options open. We should also be looking at the possibility of studying outside the UK. Because look, as we know right now, the competition to attract immigrants to countries in the West is very high. A lot of countries are opening their borders. So I believe it will hurt the country, the UK, even more if they decide to put in measure to restrict or limit the numbers of people coming in at the time when the country is in recession and there's high shortage of workers in the UK, not just skilled workers, all the way to, okay, farmers are talking about over 30, needing over 30,000 seasonal visas for people to come in and work in the farms. The social care is looking for people, over 100,000. HBG drivers are looking for people, and you're talking about people coming to the UK who are not skillful, are not contributing to the economy. I don't see how this actually goes side by side, because in fact they are picking a job, even if it is working in a grocery store, they are actually meeting a need, they are actually filling a need, and they are paying tax to the country. So I don't see how this actually fits into them not contributing to the growth of the economy. And I believe with the reaction of the business world, they are going to look at this. Of course, the Home Office, I'm sure, will not stand up and make a decision without listening to other stakeholders, talking about the business communities, talking about the universities and all of that. Then I'm sure they will listen to them before they reach a decision. But for you there, you need to keep your options open. Talking about keeping your options open, I'll be bringing to you schools outside the UK as well that you can study on scholarship or on a low tuition fee. All right. Some of them take care of your tuition. The only thing you need to do is take care of your maintenance, talking about feeding, accommodation, and the rest. So subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, because I'm going to bring this content to you very soon. Thank you very much for watching to this point. I hope I've been able to add value to you. If I have, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. Come on, join the family. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell so when I upload new and more interesting content, you will be notified. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.